In a quiet valley where dusty roads met blooming dreams, there was a small town called Ajenitemi, a place where life flowed gently like a peaceful river. In this town, children laughed without fear, elders slept without worry, traders prospered, farmers harvested in abundance, and strangers always left with full hearts and fuller bellies. Nothing seemed broken, nothing seemed missing. Everything worked. But behind this smooth rhythm of life stood one man. Not a king, not a chief, not a ruler by title. Yet, when storms threatened, his voice calmed the clouds. When disputes arise, his wisdom restored peace. When dreams seemed impossible, his resources made them real. His name was Baba Adekunle, a man whose weight stretched beyond the sight and whose influence crossed town borders. He owned most of the fertile lands, the largest markets, the strongest warehouses, the busiest transport routes, and even properties in neighboring towns. Almost everything of value in Aderinwale and beyond passed through his hands. Within his vast estate worked many servants and laborers, men and women who had served his family for generations. Some called them slaves, others called them workers, but all agreed on one thing: Baba Adekunle treated them with dignity, fairness, and uncommon kindness. He fed them well, paid them faithfully, educated their children, and protected their future as if they were his own blood. Roads were repaired because he whispered a word. Schools were built because he nodded in agreement. Markets flourished because he believed in them. Even the chiefs bowed their heads when he entered. Even politicians waited for his counsel, and spiritual leaders sought his blessing. And in his grand compound lived his two mature sons, raised in comfort, trained in discipline, and shaped by legacy. One carried his father's patience and industry, the other lazy but flamboyant. Just as in every African home, there is always that one child, the one who says, "I am tired of this house," the one who believes the village is too small for their destiny, the one who thinks freedom means living without understanding what staying really gave them. This is not just a Bible story. This is a story your neighbor knows. Your uncle has loved it. Your family has argued about it. This is the story of a father, two sons, and a decision that changed everything. Before you continue, kindly take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. That is the way you can support this ministry. God bless you. In the family compound, it's a normal morning in the compound of Baba Adekunle. Livestock sounds hard at the background. Mortar pounding is hard too. Baba's radio faintly playing Old Hard Life. Baba sits under a mango tree, fixing a small stool. Today his older son working, sweating and focused. People have often asked Baba why he still involves himself in menial works like fixing a stool, but his answer is always the same. It is menial works like this that generated the big wealth you see today. His younger son, Kola, strolls in late. He's eating sugarcane, and as usual, his phone in his hands. Today, noticing his lazy brother says, when today saw him, he mutters, "Some people don't know that morning is for work. They think it's for yawning." And Kola replying to that, bros, relax. Life no be competition." Today answered, "It's not competition, it's responsibility." Kola laughs. "Responsibility won't take you to Lagos, bro." And Baba, without looking up, says, Lagos again. And Kola looked at Baba and said, "Papa, I've been meaning to talk to you." Baba says, you people always want to talk when your mind has already decided. To which Kola answered, Father, I am a grown man now. I want my inheritance of your assets. Silence everywhere. Papa didn't believe what he had. He couldn't talk. Even all the livestock, everybody was silent at that time. It was a shocking statement. Baba Adekunle was still for a while. He then looks at his son and said, what exactly are you saying? And Kola said, please, Father, give me my own portion of inheritance now. I want to develop myself too and make my own empire. You will be surprised at what I'll become, Father. Baba said, I hope you know what you are saying. And Kola replies, I know, Baba. Today shouted from where he was, your what? And Kola replied, my inheritance. To which Today says, you have no inheritance now. It is only after the death of a man that his children qualify for inheritance. Or do you want to kill Father? And Kola says, no, God forbid. But I want my share now. I want to go and build my life. And Today laughs sarcastically. Build? With which experience? You that can't even finish Gari without sugar. At least I am brave enough to try. Kola replies. And Baba clears his throat. So you want what belongs to you while I'm still alive? Papa, don't take it personal. I just don't want to be stuck here. And Today says, stuck? This house fed you, trained you, but now I'm suffocating. Kola said. There's a long pause, and Baba said, if freedom is what you want, I won't hold you with chains. Today quickly shouted, no, Father, he has no right to any inheritance when you are alive. It's not done. And Baba just keeps an empty look. He says to himself, my son wants inheritance in my lifetime. His eyes were red, a little drop of tears, but he never let anyone notice. Over the next few days, there were more discussions over determining Kola's inheritance. Properties and livestock were valued and monetized. Account balances and amortization were done. Documents were considered carefully. The entire family became emotional. But Kola was undeterred. He saw a future of affluence, enjoyment, and control. Neighbors were not left behind, as rumors were flying in and out of doors and barns. One neighbor says, did you hear? Baba shared property while alive. Second neighbor, African fathers don't do that. Something is wrong. Today angrily says, Father, you are rewarding stubbornness? Papa says, no, I'm respecting choice. At this point, Today has no option other than giving up. His father was going to give in to his younger brother's stupid and greedy request. This is something that is more my right than his, Today said. Yet, father is giving it to him, he says to himself. Finally, Baba Adekunle hands over a huge bag of cash to Kola. Kola collected the money, was so excited, citing the big amount that was handed to him. And he says, Papa, I won't disappoint you. Baba said, life will teach you what words cannot. To which Kole quickly hugged Papa, slaps Today's back casually, and started preparing to take to his journey. Bros, take care of the goats for me, he said. Today, what goats? You have no more parts here. You just collected your share. Life in Lagos is sweet, seems so sweet. Beautiful environment and beautiful people. Flashy cars all around. Beautiful places, big buildings. Kola is enjoying himself. He sent a voice note to the father. Father, life in Lagos is sweet and your son is doing well. Just 2 days after he arrived in Lagos, he went to buy a car. There is plenty cash to tour around to make his life. He has landed it. Just like magic, beautiful ladies are at his beck and call. He made friends quickly, and fun became the order of the day. Everything seems so rosy. Life is so sweet. This is the best life you want, and there is plenty money to throw around. He gathered friends that were ready to help him spend part of his money, make friends expensive food without substance. A phone call came in. The voice on the phone says, "Colleagues, oh my guy." Caller answered, "Hey, Franco." And the voice on the other hand says, "What happened? Are you still sleeping at this time of the day?" And caller says, "Guy, I'm just recovering from the hangover of yesterday's clubbing." To the friend now said, "Don't forget the babes we promised to take to the cinema today. Oh, it's almost time." And caller said, "Oh yeah, let me get ready." And the friend said, "Correct guy, now you be the odogu of our time." Caller laughed, "Ha ha 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 ha, money is for spending, G." Later that evening, Caller and Frank, his friend, went to the movies with two ladies. Caller bought tickets for every person. He also bought ice cream, popcorn, and chicken for all, saying it is necessary to be comfortable in order to enjoy the movie. Just a few weeks after, things appeared to change. Money suddenly was not enough for expenses, accounts were getting empty, cash draining, and desires become unachievable. Soon after, he was back to zero level. He called on all his friends, but none was responding. Each one of them deserted him when he needed them most. A few months later, Caller and Frank, his friends, are driving in Frank's car. Rock music playing. Caller says, "Franco, I need to borrow some money from you, please." Frank says, "No, colleagues, I don't have any money for now. In fact, I was thinking of borrowing from you. I can't help, please." There was silence. Caller had a piece of betting paper on which he lost. He has sold his car to play betting because he was desperate to raise money for rent and other lingering needs. He sits on the floor of his own room, regretting. "Oh God, what is happening to me? Where's the huge sum I came to Lagos with? What am I going to do? My car too is gone." Suddenly, he heard a loud knock on the door, and his heart skips. I hope that's not the landlord. The knock became louder. Caller didn't answer. He only gently and quietly walked to the door and opened. And right there stands the landlord. Papa, good afternoon, sir. It's not time for pleasantry, please, the landlord replies. I have come for the rent, since you refuse to take a step on it. Sorry, sir. Please, I need you to give me a little more time. Please be patient with me. Look, young man, patience doesn't pay rent, the landlord said. And I'm fast running out of patience, please. You will only have one more week that I can give. When he reached rock bottom, everything was down. All the money gone, every asset gone. He couldn't even pay his rent. He had to leave. Nowhere, nothing to feed on. He had to leave town, look for help, look for how to make ends meet. And the only thing he could possibly do was he went outskirts of town and he begged a pig farmer to help him with daily food, even if it's the same food he feeds his pig with. And the farmer says he can only do that if he will help take care of his pigs, which he agreed to. The beggar has no choice, he said to himself. But he later realized that the portion of food given to him is always too small and very, very bad looking. He then begged his employer to make it better, at least to be the same portion as for the pigs. And the farmer said, "Young man, I'm already doing the best I can for you. Or did I ask you to come and work for me? You came begging for help and I'm doing just that. You ingrate. You can go for all I care, so that my pigs can feed better." Here is Caller, feeling tired, dirty, unfed. See where I've ended myself. He speaks to himself. Me that my father is 1,000 times richer than this pig farmer. I feed with his swine. Yet I am never fed to near fullness. I wanted to write my own destiny, but I ended up destroying it. Even pigs have better portion than me. His voice breaking, and he keeps saying to himself, in my father's house, even servants eat well, they dress well, they even marry and raise their children. My father's servants are respected in the society. What have I done to myself? I will go back. I will go back, not as a son, just as a servant. My father is a kind man. He will accept me as a servant. So he set on his road. On the journey home, pride walks fast going out. Humility walks slowly coming back. Kola was rehearsing how to approach his father when he goes home. Okay, I will say, Papa, I have sinned. No. That's not a good line. Okay, I will say, Papa, I am not worthy of you. No. He kept thinking. Baba Adekunle is sitting outside, gazing at the road that leads out as usual. He has been doing that every day since Kola left the house years ago. Suddenly, he stands up, seeing something surprising afar off. Is that? He stood up and started running. Old man running. Neighbors were shocked. Baba is running. Neighbors troop out to see the strange occurrence. Old man running. Baba Adekunle sprinting off. What could this mean? My son, he shouts. Kola was shocked. Papa! Baba Adekunle embraced him. My son is alive. My son is alive. My son, oh. Kola says, Papa, I am not worthy. Keep quiet, Baba said. You are home. You are always my son. And Baba says, bring clothes, food, music. People of Hajenitemi, come and celebrate my son with me. Oh. My son is back. He is not dead. Help me thank my God. Oh. One neighbor says, this one shocked me. Oh. Another neighbor says, someone that took inheritance in your lifetime and left? Wonderful. Within an hour, the party has started. Several people from all around were in attendance. You would think it's a party planned for a long time.
This batch is ready for the pots.
Food,
right?
Dancing,
I'll add the spices.
Everywhere.
Stirring now.
Baba Adekunle's party is always everyone's event. Cows, rams, goats.
Baba Adekunle is so happy. What a great man.
Yes, he is. Thank God for people like him.
Food items, rice, beans, and the rest. So many kettles of palm wine and other drinks were consumed. Everyone had plenty to drink and eat. Today arrives, and he was confused. Seeing a big party in his father's compound is a big shock. What is happening here? He asked. One worker answered him, your brother is back. No, which brother? I don't have a brother. After wasting everything, come back to where? He went straight to confront his father. Father, what is all this? I've been serving you religiously and dutifully since birth. I stayed when he took his inheritance and left. No party was thrown for me ever since. My son, you are always with me. I love you deeply. But your brother was lost and has been found. Today says, he wasn't lost, father. He left after taking half of your wealth. Yet, you are celebrating his failure. Baba said, no, my son. I'm celebrating his return. This did not please today. He went straight and pulled Kola by the collar of his shirt, dragged him down, gave him a big punch that landed him on the floor. You bastard! Don't think you can come back here. Get out of here before I snuff life out of you. Baba was shocked. What are you doing today? Stop it! He's your younger brother and I accept him back. Today says, no, father, he is not accepted back. He took half of your wealth and left. The remaining half belongs to me, and this rascal will not be part of it. He pushed him, and Kola feels more ashamed and humbled. Kola then went out of the house to meet the 3 eldest men in town to come and beg Tunde. He knew Tunde is right for treating him that way, but he wants his mercy too. Later in the day, the 3 elders called Baba Adekunle and his 2 sons together. They pleaded with Tunde to accept Kola if he doesn't want his father to die. They assured him that Kola has learned his lesson and has changed. After a while, Tunde forgave him, pulled him up and closer to him, and gave him a big hug. The 2 sons and the father giving one another a good hug. After they all said and done, Baba Adekunle reflecting alone on the recent past happening and on God's grace. This house has space for obedience, he said, and for mercy. This is the end of the story. Some people learn by their own mistakes, while some learn wisdom by the mistake of others. If you have ever made a big mistake that cost you dearly, or if you have blamed someone who made a grave mistake, this story is for you. Your next part of life might require a big reconsideration before you embark on it. Think very well before you take steps, so that you don't take steps that you will regret later. Thank you for watching. God bless you.